Welcome back to ECW 2006 and episode number 43 of CyberSlam, the last proper episode of the show before the end of the year, and it begins with an interview promoting tonight's main event. CM Punk talking about just how dangerous his opponent Kevin Fertig is. Jade asks if this makes him a threat to the ECW World Championship, but Punk kind of dodges the question, saying that he knows what he needs to do tonight. He's felt firsthand what Fertig is capable of, and he's had to keep fighting, and he's going to keep fighting to put the big man down. One thing he's sure of is that he leaves tonight and ends 2006 still the ECW World Champion. As he says this, the lights go out in the room. Punk's confused, asking what the hell is going on. Jade doesn't know. As we cut away from that dark room into another dark room, Kevin Fertig and Shelly Martinez, only lit by a single candle somewhere else in the building. Shelly puts over her boyfriend, saying that she knows that he will go through any man for her. Shelly adds that she and Kevin aren't one for festivities, but says that it would be a huge turn on for her to see the World Championship around his waist. The segment ends with the usual over-the-top makeout session between the two, which goes on for an uncomfortable amount of time, longer than it certainly needs to be, and ends as Kevin bites Shelly on the neck and she drags him away off screen. Leading on from those opening promos, the commentators continue to hype tonight's main event and use that discussion to segue into talk of last week's main event, the biggest win of Xavier's career, as we see with footage of Homicide tapping out in the middle of the ring to a crossface. Joey Styles and Taz were sure that this rivalry was far from over, but against all odds, Xavier had struck first. Into the opening match of the night, Johnny Kashmere picks up a victory over Sonny Siaki. It's a not very good match with two not very good performances. Siaki considerably lower than Kashmere, but really we can say two very bad performances. Xavier causes a distraction on Sonny Siaki, which allows Kashmere to roll him up, making up for the defeat that he had against the Havana Pitbulls and Low-Key the other week. After the match, the focus isn't really on Johnny Kashmere, but it is pointed out that he gets a little bit of justice for his partner Trent Acid, who was taken out by the Hustle absolutely months ago. The attention remains on Xavier after the match though, as the Havana Pitbulls run down to the ring to try and get their hands on him. Realising that he is once again outnumbered and not feeling like he wants to be beat up again, Xavier jumps out the ring and into the crowd, swinging the numbers advantage firmly onto his side. There are now 3,200 people with him and just the three of them in the ring. With a microphone in his hand, Xavier heads up to a higher point of the crowd, sending a warning to the Hustle members in the ring. Xavier says that he made Homicide tap out in the middle of the ring last week, and he was going to do the same to every single one of them. Xavier then sent a warning, saying that he would not stop until the Hustle was dead. Heading to the back, Rhino is approached by Paul Heyman, who is flanked by his personal security team. Rhino gets his back up immediately upon seeing the security guards and asks, "Are they here to kick me out?" Heyman tries to put Rhino at ease, saying that will not be necessary, and Paul tells Rhino that he just has one simple request of him: keep out of the main event. Rhino asks why he should do a damn thing that Heyman tells him to, but Paul has a pretty good answer actually. The chief of ECW tells Rhino quite simply, if he stays out of tonight's match, he gets the winner in an ECW World Championship match. So a second good segment of the night to go with the Punk promo from earlier. We're going to need these because I'm not 100% sure that Fertig is going to be able to be dragged to the reasonable level by CM Punk. We know how good CM Punk is, but Kevin Fertig has been in the 20s and 30s, so I'm probably expecting maybe a 55, 56 for that main event, but again, we'll see. Into the second match of the night, Tommy Dreamer making his ECW return, but it doesn't go to plan. Steve Corino and Paul Burchill picking up a victory over Balls Mahoney and Dreamer. Dreamer isn't the one who gets pinned, but still his team loses. Balls Mahoney the weak link and the one who gets pinned. A 49 from Tommy Dreamer is pretty good. Good performances as we expect from Burchill and Corino. But the story after the match is the mental state of Tommy Dreamer. Corino and Burchill stand tall, but having returned to CyberSlam and another defeat, the toll of the last 12 months weighs heavy on the shoulders of the heart and soul of ECW. Balls Mahoney looks to support his partner, but Dreamer is completely inconsolable. As the two men walk up the ramp, Tommy can be seen shaking his head and telling his friend, "I'm done, Balls. I'm done." Out of that, the commentators lead into a montage of some of the big moments from ECW's return year, a video package which hypes the next 2 weeks of CyberSlam, which will serve as best of 2006 episodes. That'll be done slightly different as it pertains to a video on here, but again, I'll get into that later. There'll be no new matches on those shows, but instead clips from matches and angles that were significant. They will all air on ECW.com on those 2 year-end specials. Paul Heyman's voiceover of the segment also promotes that there'll be a huge announcement on one of those shows that will change the future of how fans will experience ECW in 2007 and beyond. We then get a promo from Raven in an unknown location. The tormentor of Tommy Dreamer has been absent from the building in recent weeks. Nobody has seen him, but he has been cutting promos here and there. Raven reiterates that he loves watching Tommy Dreamer's failures from afar, but soon he wants the full, the real, the entire sensory experience. He loves to see Tommy suffering, and he loves to hear Tommy suffering, but he wants to taste it. He wants to smell it. He wants to feel it. And on the first episode of 2007, he's going to be at CyberSlam. So it's a 59C. Happy with that for the main event. It could have been a lot worse. Fertig with a 36. CM Punk with a 76. It's a decent wrestling match, but not much heat. Punk picking up the victory in 13 minutes and 54, but it wasn't that straightforward. Shelly Martinez did try and help her man, the undefeated Kevin Fertig, remember, when Allison Danger made her ECW debut, coming to the aid of CM Punk. We don't know the nature of their relationship at this time, but she did stop Shelly from getting involved, and that allowed Punk to end the undefeated run of Fertig. After the match, CM Punk celebrates his victory, raising the ECW World Championship in the air, and he is joined by the woman who neutralised the threat of Shelly Martinez at ringside. Joey Styles says that Allison Danger is a warrior and a fighter in her own right, and she had Punk's back tonight. The final live CyberSlam of 2006 ends with the two stood tall in the ring, the ECW World Champion having ended the undefeated streak of Kevin Fertig. Joey Styles and Taz sign off, wishing everybody a happy holiday season from ECW, and vow that Extreme Championship Wrestling will be back, bigger, badder and better in 2007. So it's a 61C rating, pretty similar to that main event. We had some good segments. I was slightly hopeful of a C+, but a C is fine, increasing our popularity in 45 regions, and a good way to end the year with a feel-good CM Punk victory, Allison Danger making her debut. Other than that, we had a couple of average matches, and we go now into those end-of-year episodes. I'm not going to do like a proper best of, but I'm just going to look through my roster. I'm going to advance now. It'll be Sunday, week 4, and then I'll just look through the roster, look at the top matches of the year, just have a look at the state of ECW as we leave 2006 behind and go into the new year.